All right, let's see if we can get up. All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, December 20th, 2024. It's now 9 a.m. We're here for a special session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. This time I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Hutchins to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather together to serve you and serve this community. Ask that you would be with us, give us wisdom, and help everything we say and do be pleasing in your sight. It's in your precious name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Monroe, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting. Commissioners, you got the minutes from December 10th, 2024 regular session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. This time we'll have public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. Commissioners Court cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff. They may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. Mark, you wish to? Okay, Mark White.
Is it okay not to be recorded today?
Can y'all grab that mic over there?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't mean for you to. Oh. And Jessica's is out judging doors at the courthouse or something.
He knows his way around.
You've been here enough.
Hello. It works.
We'll make you work today.
That's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Well, in keeping with tradition, I thought I'd start with a quote. John Adams says, "Facts are stubborn things, and whatever may be our wishes, our inclinations, or the dictates of our passion, we cannot alter the state of facts and evidence." Well, I can't tell you how real that has been this last year and a half. Facts are facts, but people tend to change those to meet their desires, especially in our particular community. But I came today to say thank you. Thank you for all you do. I can't imagine the small, interesting things that happen in my community must be exemplified by 10x, because you guys represent so many people. And I just want to say thank you for that. I want to encourage you to keep the faith. You guys and ladies do wonderful things for our community and for our county, and I appreciate it very, very much. And so I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. One of the best things about this journey has been the friendships that have been made. I really, really appreciate those. And hopefully those continue, because I'll probably keep coming. Maybe not every time, but I'll keep coming occasionally to see how things are going and encourage you all. So y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Same to you, and you're always welcome here. Come every chance you get. We like to hear the quotes. Anybody else wish to speak? Being none, I'll close the public testimony. No old business. Commissioners, under a new business consent calendar, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of accounts payables.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion to approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. I wonder if Daniel thinks we're meeting at 10. Send him a text right quick. All right, let's see what he says. We'll skip number one. There may be some questions on that. Number two, discuss proposal for Greenville Electric Utility Service for lease or purchase county-owned land for solar farm and related appurtenances. Commissioners, Juice came to me, several months ago, 6 months to a year ago, and they were looking at adding solar to their transmission service. And as I understand it, some of our industries either are required or get a benefit by having a percentage of their energy be green. So they're trying to accommodate that as well as having some extra power. They're looking for like 13 acres. They had looked at the appraisal district map and seen a bunch of different tracts, and they came back recently and said they were interested in 2 or 3 of the different ones. Could they come talk to me? And I said, well, y'all talked to me a while back. It's the first time I've heard from you, so I need to go to the court and see what everybody thinks, see what we want to do. One of the pieces that they had highlighted was the track just south of the golf course, which is between 2101 and there's a county road that goes due south behind the golf course. I can't think of the name of it. And Bethel Road right on the corner there is, I think there's like 25 or 30 acres there, and they needed about 13 of it is one site they picked. And they picked part of the land out where the jail's going, and I told them, I reminded them that we couldn't do that one because that's going to be buildings potentially at some point, and we couldn't have a long-term lease or whatever with it. But that I told them if they could put it in the floodplain we owned, we might be okay with that. So she was going to check with them, and anyway, they're supposed to get a meeting together and at least come talk to me, if not to the whole court, into next year. So I just wanted to tell y'all what was going on. Get any concerns or give you time to think about it, so when it does come back up, that's what it's about. And I feel like particularly if we can help our industry, if that's a real benefit to our industrial customers, then it's something that we ought to try to participate and help in. So there's no action today. It's really just an informal, informational type agenda item, and give you all time and think about it. And you're free to come talk to me, and if you got any questions, you got questions now, I'll try to get the answers to you.
I have a question now. Basically, they're saying, you described that one area right there at Bethel Road or 3310, and you advised south of the golf course.
Right. Got a lot of trees on
You're
it.
talking about where we used to shoot,
Correct.
qualify, but also you're talking about possibly the property to the very south of it, which there's 2 areas. Am I correct? There's two lots.
There's one big tract there, yeah.
Well, it's
Maybe 2 tracts, but it's all owned by
in
us.
the 2 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. Back when, and you probably know more about this than I do as far as the survey, at one time we swapped land with the city of Greenville, in which we had land on the east of 2101, and basically they had the land on the west side.
I think the city had some on both sides, and we had both sides, and they swapped to get everybody on one side.
Okay, but in reference to those one tract, which is divided into 2 now, in actuality, the deed of that property, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me, was assigned over to the city of Greenville. In fact, you look on the CAD, it's within their city.
CAD's wrong, I've already checked that.
And that's what I'm saying.
There's already documents of record that have already done that. The city and county, when they did that swap 20 years ago or so, the paperwork was filed, a record, the appraisal district just never picked it up. Didn't matter, it's not taxable, so nobody's ever complained about it.
The reason I'm bringing it up basically is the deed is under their name because it was transferred, if I'm not mistaken, and you correct me, for the amount of $10.
That's
So-
a standard in any cash deed, is $10 and other good and valuable considerations.
Okay, so my question is it actually theirs or actually ours?
It's ours. I've already verified it with the city. I've already verified it. I verified it back when I was at the title company. I had Daniel call out there and re-verify, but it is ours. And the city has acknowledged that it's ours. They have the same records that is a public record that they no longer, that we did the swap, the county and city did the swap in the swamp. One side is a swamp.
That's true.
And back in late, I don't remember, late 1990s, early 2000s or something like that.
98, 99, if I'm not mistaken, there was some type of deal, but even prior to that, like you said, there was. But my whole point is there has been a mistake because it is ours. I think it is.
It is ours, yeah. It's not, yeah, the appraisal district's never corrected it, but it's not a big deal. Their records are just for tax purposes, and there's no taxing of either one of us, so it really has no effect.
You said that they needed around 13 acres. I can't remember.
Yes, that's what they asked in that site, on that site, was 13 acres. We have about the same amount of land right there at the corner of the entryway adjacent to the golf course, and there's a little triangle there, which is about the same size. It's clearer, might be a better spot for it, but it's probably a better future development tract than the one they're talking about. I'm not sure I'd want them to put solar panels there.
Bunker.
Yeah.
That we call a bunker.
Yeah, where that old bunker was. And then, there's some excess land. I mean, the fairgrounds has the whole 120 acres, but they don't use the corner there across from the entryway, which is probably big enough. If the fair has no plans for it, we'd have to ask and clear it with them if there was any future plans for them using that. We couldn't interfere with that, and we can look at our track out on the interstate, and if they can put it in the floodplain, we can sure look at that. But that's what it's about, just to make y'all aware of what's going on. And when we get to it, whatever thoughts you got, that's fine. It'll have to be approved at that point in time, but,
And this would be for an actual small solar farm, basically? Okay.
yeah, like I said, what they were showing was a 13-acre tract, so it'd be pretty small.
Gotcha.
At one time, when they first talked to me, like I said, it's been probably close to a year ago, 6 months to a year ago. I think they were saying they might have 2 or 3 of these scattered around town. It's kind of what they were thinking, was 2 or 3 small ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know what their whole plan is, but they're wanting one at least on one of our pieces of property. All right, any other questions?
One more question, if I may, in reference to that. I know Juice is actually a co-op, and basically there's, I guess, about 8 members in reference to it. In actuality, does the city, you know more about that, you've sat on the board.
Yeah.
But it's a basically, it's kind of a, is it actually owned?
Part of the city of
operated
Greenville.
By,
It's City of Greenville's.
okay, that's what I was questioning, but it's kind of a branch of them because they have commission over it and all this.
Yeah, it's it's city-owned, but it's separate, it was separated 30, 40 years ago from the control of the city council, and it's now controlled by a board of directors that's appointed by the city council, but it has its own powers and jurisdiction.
Thank you.
All right, anything else? All right, action number 3, the upgrade of approximately 5,718 feet of County Road 1071 from dirt to rock in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade?
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Daniel replied and said, I'm sorry. He thought it was 10, he'd be right here. So that's been about a minute and a half ago. So I guess we'll wait on him for number 1 to brief us on the interlocal. Anybody got anything else? Any other comments? We'll take a short break and wait for him to come in. I think the door opened. Oh, some light flash out there. I guess if somebody wants to get some breakfast.
Breakfast is so kindly provided by Mark.
Yeah.
Do you know where we're talking
He only has to walk 2 blocks, so it shouldn't take him long to get here.
He's still young.
Yes.
about? It's all falling in, but at one time it was a mound. And what they have is an emergency deal, and they want for anything basically that possibly could come in in reference to that. Well, several years.
Anybody can sing? Is anybody a singer?
Years ago, there was a lady, because her grandfather, her father, whatever. but
Not that anybody wants to hear.
I was the only boy in the 5th and 6th grade couldn't get in the choir. My dad was principal of the school. That's pretty bad. Well, Dad said it's the greatest thing ever happened to him because parents would call, say little Johnny or little Jane can't get in the choir or can't get in this or that. And he said, I can't help you. I can't even get my son in the choir. I really thought I could sing. I think he just told her not to do that, so it'd help him.
Won't you sing a chord or two, Judge?
No, I don't think so. I know I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
And see this stuff laid out, and the concrete is probably that wide. And it's kind of unusual, but if you do away with the trees, it'd look like heck. But that's what all that was about. And, I guess it's part of history. Yeah, but right now, there's just the bottom of it.
Well, they're here. They're judging, departments decorated their doors for Christmas. And I buy pizza for the winners.
Good morning.
So they're out judging doors, I think, or lining up to do it, whatever they're doing. All right, Daniel, we've got everything done but number 1. Discuss and possibly take action on interlocal cooperative agreement between Hunt County and Town of Poultry regarding Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 242, Authority of Municipalities and Counties to Regulate Subdivisions in and outside municipalities' extraterritorial jurisdiction. I'll get it out. I'm tongue-tied.
That's why you couldn't get in the choir.
Yeah, same thing. I get tongue-tied sometimes.
This is, there's a lot of things in there I think that need to change before the Commissioners Court approves of it.
Okay.
There's 3 or 4 things. I'm planning on talking with Tara Stankovich, the mayor over there that sent those over. I talked with Brian Toole, and he identified 3 things that need to change that are way over and above what we already require. And we talked a couple of days ago about that. So I'm going to have asked that the Poetry City approve those changes and bring that back to the next court.
Are they going to change it with the other counties too, or?
That's not clear.
Okay.
The things that are.
I guess they got different subdivision rules than what we do, probably.
They do. And those things are, specifically one of them is getting a post-construction as-built set of plans that is not something that, it basically requires we get a third party to do that, which would cost the county thousands of dollars because it's not something that we require. We also don't require that there be a GPS coordinates, 2 different GPS coordinates on those, the surveys and the plats.
Yeah.
And so that's different from what we already require and would, basically, if it was adopted the way that they proposed, it would require different things for the people who do development here in the county in the first place. It's over and above what our rules require.
Do they themselves at this point of time, and I understand that we have to do it, whether it be them take it all jointly or versus turning it over to us,
Yeah.
did they establish themselves as a city that they have themselves regulations, or have they even gone into that?
That's one of the points of the litigation that's going on down in Kaufman County. I know that we haven't talked a whole lot about this, but Hunt County and Kaufman County got brought in as necessary and indispensable parties to a lawsuit that several of the residents brought against the city of Poetry, and a lot of that related to, there was 2 kind of different areas in that lawsuit. One was the map for which voters counted, and how that map came to be, and which voters got to vote and did not in the initial election and then all the subsequent elections. But the other one was the reason that the plaintiffs said that they brought that when they did was because Poetry was trying to enforce subdivision regulations in the extraterritorial jurisdiction. And they disagreed with the location of that and then the general authority of the city to do that. And so that is a open question, exactly what their authority is. I don't think that they have done everything necessary to control it. This would make that pretty clear if you do eventually adopt it. That was, I don't know if you remember, but 3 or 4 months ago, there was a plat that came before the court that was approved contingent upon Poetry confirming that they didn't actually have that authority, because they had to adopt it on their own. And from that, we sent that over to Poetry. They confirmed that they didn't actually have that authority, or believed at the time that they didn't have it. And so that plat did go through. And so right now, I don't believe that they do have authority to regulate in their ETJ, but that's a part of that lawsuit. The lawsuit has been, it was dismissed by the district court down there. And then, as of a couple of days ago, plaintiffs filed an appeal in that case to the Fifth Court of Appeals.
Was there
in
any
Dallas.
minutes in reference to them, if they took minutes in reference to this at all?
Say that again?
Do they have it in writing? If they said that they accepted that and had all the authority, was there any minutes?
No, that didn't come from the, I don't know if they discussed it in city council. That was either in phone calls or emails that I had with the mayor and their, actually maybe an in-person meeting down at the courthouse in Kaufman County with the mayor and their city attorney. Is that,
That answers my question.
okay.
All right.
So I suggested this on the, postpone that until January 14th.
All right. We don't have to take action on that. We'll just postpone it till then.
That's right. I mean, you can move to postpone or just
Oh,
take no
business.
action. It has an impact.
Okay. All right. Is there anything in executive session you need to talk to us about?
You already talked about the juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else before the court today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Everybody be safe over the holidays.
Glad you could join
Okay.